The Dyatlov Pass Incident, the tragedy of Dead Mountain. Imagine setting out on an adventure with your closest friends, a journey through snow-covered wilderness, miles from civilization. Then suddenly, nobody returns. No one knows why. No one saw what happened, and yet the evidence left behind suggests something terrifying occurred. This is the real story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most baffling mysteries in modern history. In January 1959, a group of 10 experienced ski hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute in the Soviet Union set out on a challenging trek through the remote northern Ural Mountains. They planned a 300-kilometer ski tour across frozen ridges and deep forests, a journey meant to test their endurance and skill. The leader of the expedition was 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, a seasoned outdoorsman with a reputation for determination and grit. One member, Yuri Yudin, left early due to illness. He would be the only one to survive and later speak about the group. On January 27, 1959, the group crossed into a highland area near Kholat Syakhl, a mountain whose name in the local Mansi language means Mountain of the Dead. On February 1st, they set up camp on a snow-covered slope. That night, something happened, something no one expected. When the group failed to return by February 12th, concern grew. Friends and families alerted authorities, and a massive search operation began. On February 26th, searchers found their campsite. What they discovered was the first striking mystery. The tent was still there, but it had been sliced open from the inside. Their belongings, boots, and warm clothing were left behind. Footprints in the snow showed the hikers had fled into freezing night air in only socks or barefoot, even though temperatures were far below zero. Imagine that, 9 skilled outdoors people abandoning the safety of their warm camp against all logic. The next day, the first bodies were found about 1.5 kilometers, or nearly a mile, away, by a tree near remnants of a fire. 2 of the hikers, Yuri Krivonishenko and Yuri Doroshenko, were found in underwear, suffering from severe hypothermia. 3 more bodies, including leader Igor Dyatlov and Zinaida Kolmogorova, were discovered between the fire and the tent, suggesting they were trying to return to safety. But then came the chilling part. Weeks later, in another area further down the mountain, the remaining 4 bodies were discovered. Their condition deepened the mystery. Some had suffered massive internal injuries, crushed ribs and fractured skulls, yet no external wounds typical of such force. One woman was missing her eyes and tongue, another had her eyebrows removed. These injuries were not consistent with falling, not consistent with wild animal attack, and not easily explained by exposure alone. Autopsies determined that hypothermia was the official cause of death for most of the group, but some injuries suggested exposure to a massive force, as if they had been crushed or hit by something powerful. The tent, cut from the inside, indicates the group fled in a state of panic, but what could have caused such terror? Investigators were left grasping for answers. Adding to the puzzle, some of the hikers' clothing was later found to contain traces of radiation, though exactly how it got there remains unclear. And local accounts reportedly claimed strange fireballs or glowing orbs in the sky that night, though these sightings weren't rigorously verified. This combination of terrifying injuries, radiation traces, and unexplained behavior fueled decades of speculation. Over the years, many hypotheses have been proposed. Now, experts believe a type of sudden snowslide called a slab avalanche may have started without typical warning signs, forcing the hikers to flee the tent. Modern computer modeling supports this idea, suggesting snow above the camp became unstable and collapsed with extreme force. Violent cold winds sometimes create low-frequency sound waves that can induce panic and confusion, potentially contributing to the hikers' desperate flight into the night. Cold War-era Soviet weapons tests like parachute mines or radiological experiments were speculated to have been conducted near the area, possibly causing concussive forces or radiation exposure, but evidence is unproven. From UFOs to cryptid creatures, far-fetched ideas have circulated, but none have credible evidence. Despite decades of research, debate, and even a renewed official investigation, no explanation fully accounts for every strange detail of the Dyatlov Pass incident. The tent slashed from within, the barefoot escape into a frozen night, the horrific injuries, all point to a terrifying night on Dead Mountain that no one will ever truly understand. Now here's the real question. Why would 9 trained hikers equipped with cold weather gear run out into the freezing night without shoes or warm clothing? Comment your theory below. Was it a sudden natural disaster, a psychological panic triggered by something unseen, or something else entirely? If you were fascinated by this strange but true mystery, like this video, subscribe for more eerie real-world stories, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chilling mystery. Because some events in history are stranger and scarier